National news. The top story today, at least 4 Lebanese, including 3 soldiers and a senior Israeli army officer, have been killed in clashes in southern Lebanon. Israel's foreign ministry warned Lebanon of consequences if violence continued, and Lebanon's prime minister condemned what he called Israeli aggression and said Lebanese sovereignty had been violated. At noon, local time, southern Lebanon witnessed clashes between Israeli and Lebanese armed forces. The fighting that lasted for several hours brought recent tensions between the two to a sudden and a very real peak, as local residents fled and the country watched with bated breath. The Lebanese army said Israel crossed over into its border, leading to retaliation, but Israel blamed the Lebanese army, saying it bore full responsibility for the incident. Both governments have said they will complain to the United Nations. UNIFIL, the UN peacekeeping force in Lebanon, told Press TV that calm had been restored to southern Lebanon.
The situation is back under control. I hope that will stay like it is right now. We are here to calm down the situation and to avoid any kind of escalation. The party has agreed. We are in touch with them, and we are agreed also to have a meeting as soon as possible to discuss what has happened. The fighting has stopped and the situation is going back to normal.
But local residents expressed their anger at UNIFIL's role in the area.
My house just here. When happened the problem, I was here. This UNIFIL, they don't do anything. They just leave their own car and they run away. We saw them down on the street. They can't do anything, and they mention the flag, the white flag like this, and they can't do anything.
The UN mission is supposed to keep the peace after the 2006 Israeli war on Lebanon, a war widely seen as a victory for the resistance movement Hezbollah. The group's leader, Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, has in recent weeks warned of a new war in the country, saying that the upcoming findings of the UN-backed tribunal over former Premier Rafik Hariri's death has a political aim to sow tension and possible violence in Lebanon. It's the charge the tribunal rejects. For now, it's still not clear if Tuesday's clashes are just a spark from a misunderstanding or related to the growing tension in the country. But what's clear is that they're a timely reminder of how volatile Lebanon can become in just a blink of an eye. Now, Iran, Syria and Egypt have condemned what they've called Israel's aggression against Lebanon. Iran's foreign ministry says Israel has a long history of unleashing wars against regional countries. It's also accused Tel Aviv of trying to sow sedition in Lebanon. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has called the incident a heinous aggression by Israel. Assad has told his Lebanese counterpart Michel Suleiman over the phone that Israel's aggression shows Tel Aviv always wants to destabilize Lebanon and the region. Egypt's foreign minister Ahmed Abul-Gheit says Israel's attack violates both Lebanon's sovereignty and UN resolutions. Now, reports say Lebanese military intelligence has arrested a high-ranking army officer on suspicion of spying for Israel. The army colonel was reportedly detained several days ago. Lebanon has arrested some 50 people in recent months in connection with alleged Israeli espionage activities. On Monday, a senior manager at the Lebanese cell phone service provider Ogero was arrested on suspicion of spying for Israel. Authorities also arrested an employee of Lebanon's Alpha mobile telephone company on spying charges, the third worker from the company to be detained in a month. The arrest sparked fears in Beirut that Israeli intelligence has extensively penetrated Lebanon's communications